Right now, live at 5, the Greenwood fire continues to grow in size, and now officials are giving residents an update on evacuations and containment efforts. Plus,
I tell you why Drought 2021 is causing water restrictions in parts of Minnesota.
And people gathered in Duluth today to protest Line 3.
We stood our ground saying, no, we want clean water. We don't want this pipeline.
And at one point, they stopped traffic on the aerial lift bridge.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke. Drought 2021 is worsening, and for parts of Minnesota, that means conserving water. CBS3 meteorologist Alexander Libby joins us now to explain where and who these water restrictions will impact.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So with the drought conditions expanding with severe and even exceptional drought, it's no surprise that the DNR is restricting waters in some parts of the state. So the Minnesota DNR has recently issued restrictions for 3 out of the 5 state watersheds. For those who live in the Mississippi, Red, and Rainy River watersheds, the DNR is asking you to limit your water usage, and they are asking homeowners to reduce landscape irrigation, look for leaks in those systems, and find more efficient methods of irrigation. For the Northland near Lake Superior, they are not included in these restrictions. Kate Van Dale with the city of Duluth says she is not expecting these areas to see restrictions anytime soon.
The benefit that we have with having Lake Superior as our water source is that there are billions of gallons of water in the lake. That's not the same case for certain river valleys or water basins that are having restrictions right now.
The restrictive phase that much of Minnesota is under is the second highest phase. And Kristen, if conditions continue to worsen, when that emergency phase will be put in place, that's when the governor will have to implement a state of emergency. And I'll have details whether we could see that coming up at 6.
All right. Thank you so much, Alexander. More than 100 people marched the streets of downtown Duluth today, protesting Enbridge's Line 3 replacement project. Protesters gathered around 10 o'clock this morning outside the St. Louis County Courthouse in Duluth. The group marched down 5th Avenue West toward the Army Corps of Engineers Center on South Lake Avenue. At one point, they stopped traffic on the aerial lift bridge. The goal of today's march is to demand the Army Corps of Engineers to pull the pipeline's permits. Protesters say Line 3 is being built through Anishinaabe Treaty territories, claiming that could put sacred wild rice waters at risk.
We stood our ground saying, no, we want clean water. We don't want this pipeline, and had to face down the barrel of, less than lethal rifles. We've been shot at with mace, rubber bullets. It's important that we come together like this in a good way, not just always on the front lines, not just in situations where we have to deal with law enforcement. It's about loving, uplifting, and empowering our community and ensuring one another, that I've got your back.
Protesters plan to continue spreading their message with a rally at the Minnesota State Capitol on August 25th. There will be another rally in Duluth on the same day. Enbridge has previously stated fixing the pipeline will help keep communities along the route safe. In a recent statement, they reiterated the project has passed all of the permitting processes and environmental reviews. Well, Peter joins us now for a quick check of the weather. Peter, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it is another hot one out there today.
Yeah, another hot one. And also being Thursday means the new drought monitor came out today as well. And the situation is getting worse across most of the state. We have seen that severe as well as extreme drought has expanded across a good portion of Minnesota. Also down in Wisconsin as well as the UP of Michigan. You'll also notice there that more places are under that abnormally dry area right now. And for the second week in a row, we have an area of exceptional drought off to the northwest and northwestern Minnesota. This is the first time, or last week was the first time, that we saw exceptional drought forever in the state of Minnesota. And it is definitely another hot and dry one, with high temperatures climbing close to the 90-degree mark for most. Duluth falling just short there so far at 88 degrees. 91 again in Superior, 91 in International Falls, 93 in Big Fork, 84 in Grammar Way, 91 in Ashland, as well as 87 degrees in Ironwood. Dew points also rather uncomfortable, with dew points in the mid to upper 60s. That's pretty noticeable humidity. We also have that southerly wind in place, blowing between 10 and 15 miles per hour at times. which is ushering in smoke to the northern portions of Lake and Cook County. That's why we have an air quality warning in place there until Friday at 3 o'clock. And speaking of Friday, we're tracking the threat of some thunderstorms tomorrow. I'll break down that threat coming up in just a bit. Kristen?
Thank you, Peter. The Greenwood wildfire is burning out of control tonight and growing quickly. Forest officials tell us it's 4,300 acres in size near Isabella, and it is 0% contained. Dry, hot conditions have helped fuel the flames and made the lives of firefighters very difficult. There are 145 firefighters and 3 aircrafts working around the clock. County, state, and forest roads remain closed. At least 80 homes and cabins have been evacuated. More parts of the forest north and east of the fire have been closed. There will be a public meeting held tonight for community members to learn more about the fire and containment efforts. That meeting doesn't start until 6, but CBS3's Natalie Grant is live for us in Finland tonight. Natalie, what can you share about this meeting and what folks can expect?
Well, Kristen, I'm here at the Wolf Ridge Environmental Learning Center in Finland, where that first public meeting is going to be held tonight since the start of the Greenwood fire last weekend. People are starting to trickle in tonight, and organizers say they're not sure off the top of their head how many people will be in attendance, but it could be up to 100 people here live tonight. I'm joined now with Joanna Gilkinson from the U.S. Forest Service to give us a little bit of information here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So what's the goal of tonight's meeting, kind of informing the public on this very changing situation?
Yeah, so the goal of this meeting is to really provide some face-to-face interaction to those folks who have been evacuated, affected by this fire, who might have property up near the fire, and just really want to see someone face-to-face and ask questions and hear it from the source. So, you know, the goal is to provide accurate information and just let people vent if they need to vent. We know this is an emotional situation for many.
Absolutely. You talked about evacuations have already been underway through this fire, as we know. Are you expecting more to come in future days? Are we kind of at that fringe mark here?
There's a chance. There are a couple areas that are in pre-evacuations right now, which doesn't mean that folks need to evacuate. They just need to prepare in case the fire were either to jump Highway 2 or to continue spreading to the north.
Always good to be prepared. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you taking time to be with us tonight. Now, we will have a full wrap-up of what was discussed at tonight's meeting coming up tonight at 10. But if you'd like to watch the meeting live for yourself, they will be streaming it on the U.S. Forest Facebook page. Or else we'll check in with you tonight as well at 6 o'clock.
All right, we're looking forward to that. Thank you so much, Natalie. The Lake County Sheriff says they need housing for some people helping on the front lines of the Greenwood fire. That includes DNR conservation officers and others helping with security who have come from other parts of the state. During the busy tourism season, the sheriff says it's been tough finding housing close enough to where they need to be.
If people have stuff that's available for those people to stay, you know, that obviously they're, you know, they'd be compensated for it.
Superior National Forest leaders say many of their firefighters have been staying at Wolf Ridge Environmental Center in Isabella. However, they're not in need of housing at this time. Still to come on Live at 5, a community engagement initiative as an effort to make change. Find out how Biwabik City officials are laying out their 5-year plan as we head around the Northland after the break.
CBS3 News is brought to you by Ralph Eye Care Specialists.
The new Kubota LX Series, built with comfort and versatility to outlast any job on the list. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo.
No one serves you better than Bullet Implement.
20% of the population has some degree of hearing loss. Encourage business owners and staff to keep the captions on their TVs turned on and accessible to all patrons. Captions also help children with reading and adults learning English as a second language. Not sure how to turn them on? Find the button with the 2 C's on the remote or go to the menu button. Paid for by the Minnesota Commission of the Deaf, Deafblind, and Hard of Hearing, the Minnesota Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Your home improvement company has industry-leading materials and warranties on all of our window and bathroom products. We also certify all of our installers in our Installation Training Center. Right now, we are offering 20% off all products and 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2023. Call us today or go online to book your appointment. If you want your project done right the first time, go with your home improvement company where it's your home made better.
Coming up Friday on CBS3 this morning, Jenna Wells will be in with your morning news, and I'll have a quick look at your drought update as well as our round of showers and thunderstorms headed our way into a much cooler weekend. So wake up with us at 5 a.m.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Is being challenged by DFL.
The race is on. Learn how Berkey 2021
is it safe to be ice fishing on Lake Superior?
New funding is bringing more mental health resources.
Dave Anderson.
How a popular new recreational area is allowed.
Hear how one vaccination clinic in West Duluth is focusing
into the COVID-19 pandemic, and food insecurity is still
new year, new ownership.
To stay up to date with the news and weather that impacts you and your community, join us weekdays for CBS3 Live at 5.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Virginia tonight at the newly dedicated Thomas Rukavina Memorial Bridge. The tallest bridge in Minnesota was dedicated earlier today after being delayed due to the pandemic. Rukavina, a Virginia native, served as a longtime former representative for the Iron Range and as a St. Louis County Commissioner. Well, Peter will be in with this week's forecast in just a few minutes, but first, let's take a look around the region. Houses are becoming storefronts in Hibbing, and Castle Danger is proudly celebrating a decade's work. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start off tonight in Biwabik, Minnesota, where city officials have begun a 5-year strategic planning process to better understand community aspirations for the city. The community engagement plan begins today with a survey for those who live and work in Biwabik. The city has hired a Duluth consulting company as they hope to turn community members' ideas into change. The city will also host a community engagement workshop on August 26th. For a link to the survey, you can head to our website. Next, we head to Hibbing, Minnesota, where more than 24 households are participating in a citywide garage sale this weekend. Many of the houses will feature items from multiple families. This citywide store will certainly have something for everyone, with items ranging from baby clothes to pontoons and everything in between. That is a wide range of stuff there. If you're in the area, you won't leave empty-handed, that's for sure. The sale officially kicks off tomorrow. For a list of locations, you can head to our website. We wrap up tonight in Two Harbors for Castle Danger Brewery's 10-year anniversary. The Northland is coming together to throw a celebration the community is sure to never forget. Some local food shops will be keeping guests fed as they enjoy a variety of musical performances. Friday's lineup includes Adam Moe and Hannah Ray, and Saturday's lineup is headlined by none other than Big Wave Dave and the Ripples. The brewery assures us, rain or shine, they will party. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, Visit Duluth continues talks with the city as they approach a final decision on the offer they've been given.
And the Storm Prediction Center has put us under a marginal and slight risk for severe weather tomorrow night. I'll break down that severe weather threat and when it comes to the end just in a little bit.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
School's starting. Is your internet fast enough? Gear up during Extreme's end of the summer sale. Get fast internet as low as $19.99 a month for 1 year. Extreme's fiber-powered internet gets an A+ for performance with speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Powerful in-home Wi-Fi and 99.9% network reliability. Hurry and get Extreme internet for as low as $19.99 a month for a year. Dial 844-EXTREME2. It's the smart call.
Hi, folks. Joe Namath here with a new message about your Medicare benefits. You may be entitled to transportation, meals, and expanded coverage for dental work that includes extractions, fillings, and dentures, all at no additional cost. Plus, depending on your zip code, you may be entitled to the Medicare benefit that adds money to your Social Security check every single month. Call and get everything you deserve. Call now. It's free.
I'm on a fixed income, so I called to get money added to my Social Security check.
They helped me so much.
I called to save money on copays, get prescriptions, transportation, and my dental work covered. I couldn't believe I was spending money I don't have to spend.
Millions of people have trusted the Medicare Coverage Helpline, and you can too. Call now. It's free.
Call 1-800-916-5591. That's 1-800-916-5591 now.
Get your new John Deere mower from Duluth Lawn & Sport, the region's largest power sports dealer.
I tell you why Drought 2021 is causing water restrictions in parts of Minnesota.
If you're hiking through the woods, you might have noticed that you're not getting as many mosquito bites as you may have expected this summer. There's a reason why.
Tonight at 6 on CBS3.
And welcome back. Another warm and mild day at Duluth International. 89 for today's high so far. Wouldn't be surprised if we crept up to 90, say, in the next hour or so. But so far, just falling short of it. Again, definitely above average. Average high 76 degrees. And then take a look at our current rainfall deficit. For the month, running about a 1.7-inch deficit. For the year, just above 6 inches. So we definitely need the rain, that is for sure. And being Thursday, we just had the new drought monitor issued today across the region. And the situation is only getting worse, unfortunately. Majority of us now under severe drought. Last week, it was at 42% for the state of Minnesota. This week, we're up to nearly 50%. We also still have that exceptional drought out west, which is unprecedented for the state of Minnesota. When we first saw that issued last week, we had never seen exceptional drought. Also, we have a deteriorating situation, not nearly as bad, but still not good for Wisconsin as well as the UP of Michigan, where they've seen the abnormally dry conditions expand down there. No rain on satellite radar for tonight, that is for sure. Taking a look at satellite radar right now, scanning things dry across the Northland. That's how it's going to stick around for a good majority of the day tomorrow as well. But then as we head towards tomorrow night, we begin to see a storm threat fire up. So we'll time that all out for you right now. So as we head towards the early morning hours tomorrow, maybe waking up with partly cloudy skies overhead, you are seeing these rain shower icons on the Futurecast right now. I think Futurecast is overdoing them at the moment. I think a good majority of the day tomorrow is actually dry, and you'll probably see some sun until the clouds fill in, say, after the noon hour. Also at the noon hour, you begin to see some thunderstorms setting up off to our west. Those are going to begin to work their way into the region as we head towards the afternoon and evening hours tomorrow. So say by about 5 o'clock, we see them in the far northwestern fringes of our counties, and those will continually, progressively work their way east as we head through the night tomorrow. By 10 o'clock, good majority of us seeing some rainfall, especially towards International Falls, Big Fork, Grand Rapids, Aikens, points west. And say by the midnight 1 a.m. hour, you begin to see them reach the Twin Ports. Good news, if you like the weekend, if you have weekend plans, is it doesn't seem like it's going to completely wash out the day on Saturday. Maybe waking up for the day on Saturday, just a few scattered showers left over and those clouds as well. Good news is I think those clouds will progressively begin to burn off in the afternoon hours, and we probably will see some sunshine for Saturday afternoon. And the nice weather stretches through Sunday as well. As far as the severe weather risk goes, most of us under a level 1 risk, which is just a marginal risk. Level 2 for that area highlighted in yellow there. Biggest threats with these storms being strong winds as well as possibly damaging hail. So something we're going to want to keep an eye on as we head through to the day tomorrow. Keep an eye on CBS3 as well as our website and app. You'll also notice a big difference in the temperatures. Tomorrow we're warm again, but not as hot as we were today. Most of us climbing into the upper 80s. But then take a look at where these temperatures go on Saturday. Upper 60s and lower 70s for daytime highs. So Sunday looks glorious, though, with temperatures in the mid and upper 70s. The other big threat we are tracking are those winds. This is something we want to keep an eye on, especially with the fire threat that we see. We could see fires really expand on Saturday just because we're talking about gusts up to 30, 35 miles per hour. But first, your forecast for tonight. Temperatures fall back into the mid and upper 60s across most of the region for Wisconsin as well as the UP. they're sitting in upper 60s, maybe even lower 70s down there as well. Highs for tomorrow climbing close to the 90-degree mark, but I think most are not making it there tomorrow. We have partly cloudy skies overhead before that storm threat fires up for tomorrow night. Then we clear things out nicely for Sunday, but then take a look at the temperatures stretching all the way through next week. We go from 90s to 70s in just about no time there.
Well, you won't hear any complaints from me because we need the rain, and let's just hope, it falls good and we, help with that drought a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like we could see an inch of rain, but what I'm also concerned about is lightning strikes. That's what's caused all of our fires. So.
And yeah, we don't need any of that.
Yeah.
So, all right, we need a in-between. Thank you, Peter.
Yeah.
Visit Duluth leaders are still deciding whether they'll take an offer from the city, changing the job duties they've held for decades. Earlier this week, the Duluth City Council approved Mayor Emily Larson's plan to hire a Twin Cities-based marketing firm to promote tourism in Duluth. The city will pay Belmont Partners $1.8 million collected from the tourism tax. It's a job Visit Duluth has held for 85 years. Larson has also offered Visit Duluth a $400,000 contract to take on less responsibilities. During last night's meeting, Visit Duluth's board voted to continue their talks with the city before making a final decision. Kids swarmed Bayfront today for the return of the annual Kids, Cops, and Cars event. The excited guests ate up some freshly cooked barbecue, participated in intense games of tug-of-war, and climbed around in police vehicles, all while interacting and connecting with local law enforcement. Officers such as Chad Nagorski were thrilled to partake in the event.
Gets to build, hopefully lasting impressions with the community that shows that there's a lot of officers out here that are committed to keeping the public safe, and it brings us just as much of happiness as it does to them.
Members of the Duluth Fire Department, the U.S. Coast Guard, and other first responders also showed up to today's celebration. The kids were even treated with a canine demonstration. School districts in Itasca County say they will strongly recommend mask wearing for their students. As we approach the first day of school, county health leaders held a virtual briefing today. They talked about the decisions schools and families have to make when it comes to everyone's safety. Superintendents like Matt Gross say an important step forward is asking parents to be flexible when it comes to masking. He believes, in the end, there's going to be criticism over any guidance that's handed down.
We got pushback last year relative to masking for or against. We're getting pushback this year for or against masking. It's something that we've been dealing with, and we'll continue to do that in a respectful way.
Leaders are also excited to have new free COVID-19 testing options this year thanks to the state. However, they're still waiting for more information on what that will look like. It's that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets, and today's pet comes to us from Range Regional Animal Rescue in Hibbing. This is Roscoe. He's 1.5 years old and a Staffordshire Terrier looking for a happy place to call home. Roscoe loves to roam and play and is used to a home with other people and animals. He can be a little energetic to start, but once he is settled in, he is sure to be a great loving pal. If you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt Roscoe, you can call the number on your screen. Still to come, the pandemic tore through the U.S. economy, but a bright spot today as unemployment numbers continue to fall. How we're doing in Minnesota and Wisconsin after the break.
Saturday is Ladies' Day at Home Furniture. Get an extra 7% off store-wide when you spend $4.99 or more, and an extra 25% off decor and accessories in the market. Plus 3-year special financing with no money down and no minimum purchase. Ladies' Day, Saturday at Home.
At Ralph Eye Care Specialists, we help your family see well. We check your child's need for glasses, and we screen for problems which are best treated early in life. We test your parents for diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma. These often have no early symptoms, so regular eye exams are important. And we care for you, providing routine and emergency care for your lifetime. Call now to schedule an appointment at Ralph Eye Care Specialists.
UCare is out decomplicating health plans all over the state. We're proud to be in Embarrass, bringing family plans to Fertile, helping folks rest easy and sleepy-eyed, and smart advice to Nimrod-y.
Is that even a word?
We make plans clear and crystal, and we've been a staple here since 1984. With over 40,000 doctors, specialists, and providers in our networks, we're getting more welcomes every day. You care. People-powered health plans.
If you're worried about spoiling your dinner with any of our dollar sliders from 2 to 5 p.m. at Arby's, do what I do. Order a dollar shake to take your mind off it. Arby's, we have the meat.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
I got into journalism when I was in high school, actually, and that's where I really fell in love with the news and the storytelling aspect of it, being able to bring those things together and keep people informed. It's so important for us to be in a community like Duluth, to be able to hear your stories and then bring them to everybody else in the community.
Watch Caitlin and Jenna in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m.
Get something for nothing at Home Seasonal Concepts. When you spend $4.99, get 3 years special financing and pay nothing down, nothing for sales tax, and nothing for shipping on select outdoor furnishings. The Something for Nothing sale, now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
CBS News Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley on CBS.
The number of jobless claims in America has hit a pandemic-era low, the U.S. Labor Department reported today. Americans seeking first-time unemployment benefits that number has fallen for the 4th week in a row, setting a new low since March of 2020. Historically speaking, there are still about 100,000 more claims a week than before the pandemic tore through the economy. And a new report shows Wisconsin's unemployment rate stayed the same for the 4th month in a row. July's data has the unemployment rate just under 4%. That's according to the Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development. Wisconsin's numbers are about 1.5% below the national rate. And here in Minnesota, the state saw its largest gain in total employment since March. Over 14,000 jobs were added, according to numbers from the Department of Employment and Economic Development. Since last July, the Duluth Superior area was among the strongest for job growth. The Duluth Airport was awarded a big grant today to rebuild its taxiway. The $7.3 million award is a federal grant from the Airport Improvement Program. Congressman Pete Stauber says this project will be a big improvement for the airport. No word on exactly when that construction could start.
Here's what we're working on tonight here in Washington, the U.S. Capitol on edge. Snipers and sniffer dogs deployed after a man threatens to bomb Capitol Hill. What we're learning about the remaining threat. The CBS Evening News is just minutes away.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
How do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
How do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water.
Uh-oh, that food container won't contain your food, so you mess with cling wraps and foil, hoping food won't spoil. Well, not anymore. Now there's Stretch and Fresh containers, the amazing food storage containers with stretch and fit lids that let you store more. Even the odd-shaped foods you couldn't put in containers before. Just stretch over the food and snap lock the lid to keep food fresh. There's even a freshness date dial to track storage time. It comes in the sizes you need to store all the foods you want with amazing storage capacity. It's freezer and microwave safe, and the containers nest for compact, stacked, space-saving storage. And right now, the 6-piece set is yours for just $19.95, and the shipping is free. But wait, call now and we'll double the offer and send a second set. Just pay a separate fee. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-378-1232 or go to trystretchandfresh.com. That's 1-800-378-1232 or order online at trystretchandfresh.com.
The CBS Evening News with Norah O'Donnell. Weeknights on CBS.
We've got new information now explaining why.
Why should ordinary Americans care what's happening here in Ukraine?
Deep divisions remain. Elizabeth, why did they kick you out?
They are expecting public unrest.
Why are they releasing these videos now?
Police are pushing us back.
We found one hell of a story of survival.
That's why you have to do your own research to get to the truth.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Friday Eve. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Tonight at 5, we learned about state water restrictions in place due to the severe drought. Restrictions have been issued for 3 out of the 5 state watersheds. Some areas have been saved by Lake Superior. And tonight at 6, a startling rise in Minnesota traffic deaths. The State Patrol hopes to combat these numbers by cracking down on speed enforcement. We'll have more on that tonight at 6. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.